Hey, what's going on, everybody? James here, your ABX audiophile. I appreciate you all being here today. We are going to talk about something really cool. Every once in a while, we find these little consumer direct companies that are kind of one-man shows. If you've been following along on our Discord or any of the social media platforms that we use to kind of spread the word of the charity that we're doing, you'll notice that we do like to partner with some of these kind of smaller companies who are doing something kind of niche and just like a little bit special. For example, Dolce Audio, the tube amplifiers and the Baffles. If we would have never ran into them guys, where would we be? ETA Audio, Tom and them guys doing the headphones, amazing headphones. Small little company just kind of doing their thing. Orchard Audio, Leo over at Orchard Audio, we reviewed all of his gear, just building that stuff himself, designing some really, really cool products, and a bunch of others. We've had quite a few, quite a good list, if you will, of kind of these smaller companies kind of doing things. And so on Instagram, I ran across this guy who runs this company called SEB Audio. And he makes these speakers called the Dividends, and they're behind me. You can see them on the stands behind me. He makes a few different variations. I think these ones are around the $800-ish range. They were kind of on sale. I don't know where they're at now. I didn't check the current price. But we really kind of were attracted to what he was doing. It was just something that you don't see. Some of his marketing stuff showed him like stacked up on top of each other like in a park, and he's like standing on them. They're built very rugged. They got like rhino lining. They use these ring radiator tweeters. They got kind of a transmission line vibe with these little tuners in the front ports and a covered driver that you can't see. Got kind of a mesh over it and just a really, really cool look. All these different colors and inlays and just doing something exciting. And I thought, you know what? Let's reach out to this guy, check out these speakers. And we got him in, and I was blown away at their presence and their detail and their accuracy and their tonality. It was a very interesting speaker. Let's take a look at them. We'll talk about kind of how they sound and how they perform, what we thought of them, what Kelly thought of them, and then we'll get you guys out of here. So let's jump over and take a look at these SEB Audio Dividend stand mount speakers that you see behind me. So that was a look at the SEB Audio Dividends. I've got this thing here in my hand right now. Let's just kind of go over the construction of this thing, and I'll kind of talk about a couple of the things on the website. We'll get into sound and then kind of jump from there. A fairly heavy speaker. I'm not going to say that this is a light speaker. Like when we reviewed the Galleon Voyagers, that speaker was really light. Really thin transmission line, intentionally so. So what he's got on his website is a a two-way, full range bookshelf speaker. It's got a 6.5-inch wide driver here, paper cone, 20-ounce magnet with an Abaca engineered paper cone, and then treated cloth surround. So you can't see it here, but you can actually, when you buy these, you can get this kind of screen here removed if you would like to. It comes with or without. He talks about the 1-inch dual concentric ring tweeter with a center phase plug. I can tell you this is probably one of the most accurate and detailed speakers that I have heard. The only thing that I have heard that is more accurate and detailed than these guys is probably Kelly's VOD1s. And funny thing, we sent these to Kelly to audition, and he actually has been running the VOD1s from Mark Audio, which is another famous driver, metal drivers, full range. And he actually liked this. I knew he would like this speaker, but he was thinking to himself, I think those VOD1s were like $3,000 a pair. And when he first got these, he goes, damn, dude, for $895, that's what they're for sale for on his website. He goes, I could be happy with these speakers. They were right up Kelly's alley. The cool thing is if you look at his website, he's got a bunch of pictures of like him just standing on these and stuff. It's basically like a rhino lining type thing, like a truck, bed liner. He's got these reinforced, side baffles here. Dude, that is pretty damn solid. I am going to say that fully passes the knock test. And you can get these in different colors. So when you buy these on his website, you can get that side panel in all different coloring if you want to. He's got the really cool ring around here with his graphics on it. Beautiful tweeter. I love this tweeter. It sounds so good, so real. Nice binding post. Again, this is all made in the USA. He makes them here. And then you get these little feet. He's got these little feet screwed on. They are kind of a hard plastic, but they've got a little rubber ring in them. So they're all ready to rock and roll and set on whatever you want to set on. But I'm telling you, man, that's a pretty dense cabinet. And then you can see he's got a kind of a slotted port. When I first saw these, I thought they were transmission line speakers, just because of the way the port looks and it's kind of front. It's an actual assembly. It's about like that long. You can look at it and go back in there. And he talks about it a little bit on his website. But really, really cool speaker, built really, really well. It looks super cool, and if you see some of his other designs, you can get like triangle inlays and squares and different colorings, and really super cool. But he kind of sent us his entry level just to kind of get us in the game and get us kind of familiar with what his products were. But a nice deep speaker. It's not super shallow, and I'm getting tired just holding this thing. It's pretty heavy and substantial. Hey, you just heard it hit the damn floor there. So anyway, that's the SEB Audio Dividends. We paired this thing with just about everything we've had. And if you watch any of my reviews, you know all the gear I have and what we paired them well. I will tell you, this is a very neutral and forward speaker. It can become fatiguing really, really quickly on axis. And if you pair it with, bright or neutral, clean, forward-leaning like Class D amplification or even some Class A/B stuff. If you like a more clinical presentation where you're getting really, really good accuracy, pinpoint detail, and focus in the soundstage, this is going to be for you. My favorite pairing with this speaker was definitely because it's running over 91 dB sensitive. So we put the LDA Dolce Audio single-ended pentode amplifier on it. Magical pairing. Of course, anything you put with Terry's amps is magical. But that was a really good pairing. The Prima Luna Dialogue Premium was really, really good with the SEB Audio Dividends. Definitely caters well to, high-end or higher-end kind of tube amplification. Any of the... what was the other one we used on? Oh, the Galleon A75 with its little bass bump and the way that it kind of performs and has a tonality. That was a really good pairing. We did pair it with the Orchard Audio amplifiers. Very smooth, clean, clear upper frequencies. But again, when you get into kind of some of that more neutral, cleaner amplification, these speakers are going to put all that through. They are not a warm speaker. They are not going to roll things off and lay things back. They have a really nice musicality to them. I would say the mid bass and up through the mid ranges, really natural, nice punch, tight, accurate, focused, detailed. You're going to get everything. No coloration there, I wouldn't say. Nice musicality to it at the end of the day. Once you kind of get up into the treble registers, it is just smooth, defined. There's no grit. There's no glare. There's no excess sibilance or anything like that. Although if you feed it a source or, a front end that kind of lends to that, it's going to let it kind of shine through. I don't remember what the frequency rating he set on these were, but they don't go super low. I think if you have them in a studio here like we did, you could probably get away without a subwoofer if you're not a bass head, but I don't think this speaker was really designed to not have a sub with it. It really kind of needs that. I feel like maybe it gets down to 70 hertz. I don't even want to say because I don't know what his specs are. He doesn't really show them there. And I didn't really run any measurements. I didn't want to, kind of get into that space. That's not really what this channel is about, but definitely implementing a nice, tight, fast little 10-inch subwoofer with it would just be, that would be such a good pairing, such a good pairing. Yeah, so that's kind of the sound. That's kind of the performance. I really enjoyed these. And Kelly, I know, really liked them. We messed around with like even movies. I know he watches a lot of movies and stuff, and so the intelligibility of the vocals and the spoken information kind of in the movies was really nice. They're really clear and clean. They're going to give you a great presentation that way. If you're looking for a smoky jazz bar, laid back, type of speaker, this isn't going to be the one for you. These are, like I said, they are nice and clean. They're nice and clear. They put everything through. They're not going to color anything up for you. So I really appreciate it. I'm excited to maybe check out some of his other speakers that he has available. He's got some really cool stuff, and he has a subwoofer that he actually sells too. And I bet, if you picked up a pair of these for $895 and checked out one of his subs, man, if you wanted a system that was going to give you all the information and sound really, really good, that's probably a good one to look at. But hey, I really like kind of these just small companies that not a lot of people hear of. I like to get exposure around them. Sebastian, the owner of the company, I've got his website up here. I'm just kind of scrolling through it, making sure I'm not forgetting anything as we go through. Really nice guy, very receptive, seems like a really cool dude. I noticed on his website and his social media stuff he was supporting some charities, so I really kind of liked that. We actually helped him out finishing one of his charities, so I know he's into charity. I know he's a good dude. I've talked to him. He makes a cool looking product that's kind of different and thinking outside of the box. So if you're interested in a nice bookshelf, sub 1,000, you want a nice clean performance and probably some of the best mids and treble you've heard, check these guys out, man. The Seb Audio dividends are really worth a look. So, hey, I'm James, your AVX audiophile. I hope you appreciated this review. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments in the descriptions down below. I'll have all the links to stuff as usual. For those of you who helped us out with the raffle, I think we ended up raising just over $1,000 for the North Bend musical program that we're supporting this year. That was totally awesome. If you missed the raffle, you could watch it in our live feed there. That was super cool. We had a bunch of fun racing marbles and getting all rowdy. So anyway, Seb Audio dividends, go check them out. Reach out to Sebastian. Super cool product. And we will catch you guys on the next one. I'm James, your AVX audiophile. Later.